Have you ever gone to a place that made you think to yourself, this place is weird? I love places like that, whether it's in real life or in a video game. So today, with your permission, I'd like to take you on a little tour of some odd and unremarkable places in Mario Kart 8. A lot of you said we can't do this with modern games. Well, you're about to around and find out. Roll the footage. Hello everyone and welcome to Mario Kart 8. I know what you're thinking. You can't do this for new games. It doesn't make sense. Oh, I thought the same thing as you for a moment. N64 games are no doubt chock full of these kinds of locations, but after spending a long time with Mario Kart 8, I can assure you I've got a good amount of them for this too. So the first place I want to show you is here. It's going to be up this little path. You piece of shit. Welcome to what I like to call the piss overlook. Have you ever really noticed how much like urine the ocean of Sweet Canyon looks? Because if you come up here, this is the little platform you land on after you shoot out of the cannon down there. See, that's the cannon. If you stop and turn around, you get a wonderful view in order to take in the blooming clouds and a gigantic ocean of yellow liquid. Now, I believe the canon explanation for this yellow liquid is it's like soda pop, like cream soda or something. But boy, they really couldn't have made it more yellow, I'll tell you what. I really like this spot because it changed the way that I viewed Sweet Canyon. I didn't like this level at all aesthetically. I thought it was annoying. I don't universally believe that levels themed after food are bad. But they do tend to be bad. It's extremely bloomy though. Zoom in on those big finger things. What are those? Look at the bloom. It's crazy. It's like Wind Waker HD levels of bloom. Yeah, that view really does it for me. The infinite sprawling ocean in Mario Kart tracks is a big, that's one of my favorite things. Really just the infinite sprawling distance. Mario Kart does this all the time. We did a video about Mario Kart Wii Skybox video. It had loads of stuff like this, and I love it in Mario Kart 8 too. Really nice. So yeah, that's a fun little zone. You know, it feels like playing in your dad's driveway, kind of, or something. Something like that. See ya. And that's the first place I wanted to show you. Let's go on to the next place. Welcome to the next place that I want to bring you. This is the Under the Shade of the Tree of the old big oak tree on Thwomp Ruins. I found myself going through, we're going sort of chronologically here through Mario Kart 8 because I found a lot of spots and we're not going to be able to cover them all in one video probably. But I found that a lot of Mario Kart 8's levels are way more restrictive than they were in 64, which we've done this before with as well. But one common theme is when you do find little areas that they let you leave the track for, a lot of them are little shady spots. This video could have been titled Little Shady Spots in Mario Kart 8, but I don't want to sound too twee. All right, anyway, this is a little shady spot right before the start of the lap in Thwomp Ruins. It feels good to be tucked away under a tree like this, And both sides of the track here have a nice little spot kind of like that. You can't get over to this one all the way. That's still nice. I like it up here too. Over in this little corner is fun. I wish Lack 2 would go away, but that's just the way it's going to be. This is a fun little corner for sure. I like this little nub that they put out. They didn't need to add this little nub. You see this nub stretching out to the right there? But they did. They put a little nub for me because they knew I was going to do this. Boy, that's an ugly... Everything in this game is so beautiful, but that is an ugly skybox or whatever that is. The contents of a sick bag on a Delta Airlines flight. I was surprised that there weren't more spots like this in Thwomp Ruins, because there really aren't. It's just kind of that one. There's nowhere else. Obviously, you can't go down there, which is a shame. I don't understand why they won't just let me go there. Why not? Just make it have collision and let me go. I don't get it. What is this fascination with imprisoning me to the rules of the game? I think I made this analogy once in another video. If I'm playing Monopoly and I want to scribble on the board and cut it into pieces, if I want to flip the table over and break the rules, I'm allowed to because I bought the game and I can do whatever I want. I get that they don't want people to get lost, but I don't really think that's going to be a problem. Let me go down there. Why can't I go down there? Let me go down there and then just be stuck and have to start over. I think that's you should let me do that, okay? Now I'm ranting. They don't let you do things that they didn't specifically curate for you to do, which is annoying. It's annoying. Let me be free. I need to calm down. Hold on. Let me sit under the shade of this nice tree for a moment again. Take a couple deep breaths, and then we can go on to the next place. Next up, there are two spots on this level that I want to show you. The first is very simple. Just come off the edge of the start of the course. Get right up close. And by God, you're in the mountains. I like this side of the course in particular because it feels like infinite mountains. Feels like I'm in the Himalayas, you know, or wherever this is modeled after. I'm not a mountain expert, but it feels like it goes off into untamed nothingness, which is not a feeling that Mario Kart 8 has very frequently. Most of Mario Kart 8 feels very curated, feels very sculpted. But this level, yeah, that just, you know, it looks like untamed wild, and I like that a lot. And then the second place I would like to stop and look at is this big creepy dam, or big creepy cave before the dam, I should say. If you drop down immediately rather than staying on the path, you slowly get pushed through the dam that really puts you, which really puts you in a place to take in its odd and, I guess, appropriately cavernous atmosphere. Slowing down and sitting on the ground in this place feels extra weird. It makes me feel way more present in this cave than you do normally, because you just usually kind of sail through it, especially because it's not a multi-lap race, you know. It's just one straight shot. So in terms of actually looking at the cave walls, you know, you're only spending about 20 seconds in here initially, and it's a very stark difference between this and the rest of the level, right? All leading up to the entrance to Wario's Dam, because Wario owns a dam for some reason, but we'll talk about that more in a different video. I wish Nintendo games gave you more options in terms of turning off music and customizing things, because it's really fun to take in the ambiance of a place like this without the music playing, because the music kind of kills the mood, but in the opposite way that it normally does, you know. But, you know, I get it. It's a fun racing game. It's not supposed to be some kind of atmosphere simulator, but boy, it could be. Spend a little time in that cave, and I'll tell you, there's a vibe going on in there. What we got to do is we got to cut the sound effects out and then put in our own creepy cave ambiance, right? A little rushing water, flapping of the bats. Thank goodness they put all those horns in there, or else this game would be a real creep fest. Anyway, those are my places in this level. But don't worry, we're not done yet. For my final trick, we're going to the Electrodome. Electrodome? I don't know. You remember how in the Mario Kart 64 episode of this show, I pointed out to you that Wario Stadium was outdoors? And it blew my little mind. Well, guess what? So is Electrodome. And not only is it outdoors, but it is a beautiful moonlit night, if I can make the camera look at the damn moon. Now, it's obvious once you notice it, because you realize that all the big flashing lights in the background are like skyscrapers and stuff, you know? But when you're going through the course, it has such the vibe of being an indoor music club that you wouldn't notice it. Like, look at this. This doesn't look outdoors. The city of the Electrodome drowns in its own, how you want to say that? It's drowning in ecstasy, right? All we do is party. We take drugs. We dance. I'm just filling in the blanks here. You know, I'm not saying Nintendo condones drugs. I'm painting a picture. But at the end of the day, when the party's over, the moon persists. You know, when you leave the club and you're a little bit wobbly, you'll look up and you'll see the moon, and it'll remind you that this is still reality, despite the lights and the chaos and the noise. And I love how subtle of a juxtaposition it is. It's a teeny tiny little thing, and there's not really a good spot to look at the sky and at this moon in this level other than right here. And this is a part of the course that's filled with boosts, so you'll be zooming through it really fast. You know, it takes a quick eye to catch this in any normal race, but it adds an interesting sense of scale to what I previously, thought was some sort of indoor music club. And in reality, it's an entire city of partying. A party city, you might say. So you try to tell me that these people are going to dance this hard to this song for this long. and not have their mind altered. Yeah, I like any level that uses that kind of juxtaposition, and I think that's why this is my favorite spot of all of them today. I mean, it's almost ominous. It feels judgmental almost to some extent. But that's okay. We don't need to get too into it, or I'm going to start saying a bunch of dumb stuff. We're just here to look at vibes. That's it, and that's all we'll do. So that's my favorite spot. Electrodome, one of my favorite levels in the game, has one of my favorite unremarkable and odd spots in the game. And I appreciate that they put it there, very much so. Look at all this confetti. What a disaster. This is an ecological nightmare. All right, that's it for unremarkable spots today. I hope you enjoyed this tour. I'm gonna throw it back to me and finish the video. See, I had a feeling that this was going to work just fine with modern games because I could think of plenty of games that I've played that came out within the last 4 or 5 years that there were loads of places to just go and stare at weird little things. And, not even just on the Switch, which is, sort of underpowered. So I think that worked out quite nicely, and I'm excited to do more. If you think it worked out quite nicely and you enjoyed this video, please post a comment down below saying you enjoyed it. If you did not enjoy this video, please do not post that comment or else I will get confused and start making a bunch of videos you don't want to see, which I don't want to do because I'm here to serve you. If you want to be here to serve me, you can go to www.patreon.com/any_Austin. For $3 a month, you get access to a regularly scheduled Patreon check-in video series that lots of people love. If you don't want to support on Patreon, that's fine. There's plenty of other ways to do it. Merely watching a lot of my videos in a row is great for the algorithm. But if you don't want to do any of that, and this is the only video of mine you're ever going to watch, that's just fine. That's fine. I don't mind. It doesn't hurt my feelings. I do it with people all the time. I only have one more thing that I need to say to you, and if you've been with us a while, you know what it's going to be. Guess what? In my free time, I make a lot of music. I use that music in all of my videos. So today, same as always, enjoy the song. I'll see you next time. Hey.
Wasn't you who fell in love with me? I did it first.
Yeah, you're trying to tell me this isn't somebody's well-hydrated piss. Okay, Nintendo. Nintendo has a piss kink, okay? We know this. This is common knowledge. Stop!